times real, that's why my name's Trill. Three times real, that's why my name's Trill.
Hey, put your hands up, come on, put your hands up, put your hands up, shout out.
3 times real, that's why my name's Trill. Three times real, that's why my name's Trill.
Hey, put your hands up, come on, put your hands up, put your hands up, now I hop on the scene with some banging dope beats with a top.
Oh man, Jack Reiss, man.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Nonito Donaire. He became the oldest man to become Bantamweight champion at the age of 38 years old. And he made history. And of course, because my man Nonito Donaire made history, the great Manny Pacquiao had to weigh in. And Manny Pacquiao tweeted, "Congratulations, Nonito Donaire, on a huge KO win. The oldest WBC bantamweight champion in history, still living up to your nickname, The Flash." And so there you see it right there, Manny Pacquiao. Trill Dollar Bill, what were your thoughts on the performance by Nonito Donaire?
Wow. And I said that this was going to be an exciting fight for as long as it lasted. Because I knew somebody was getting knocked out. Shout out to Nonito Donaire. We've been following him for a while, bro. We watched the Vic Darchinyan fight together when he knocked out Vic. It was with that left hook. I think he was revenging his brother, who I think Vic had beat. 3 decades, been a champion for 3 decades, 9 titles. And he's been in 3. Man, listen, Nonito Donaire is always been a great ambassador for the sport. He really has. And he's a great guy. And I was glad to see he got all the love that he got after the fight. I knew that he was going to go out there and show out, because I was following him and I was following his wife, and they were saying about, like, he never blows up in weight. He always, he's always fight ready. He's been thinking, keeps his mind right, eats right, all that. Even when he was talking about being in the bubble, he was like, he prepared for this. A lot of fighters be like, oh, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? He always brings the stuff that he needs with him, just in case something happens. He's a true professional. No excuses ever from Nonito Donaire. He's still looking to be great. Just like his countrymen. The great Senator Manny Pacquiao. Maybe just something in the water over there. These guys are just built different. But shout out to this guy, a great ambassador for the sport, not a trash talker, just a great guy. I'm happy for him.
All right, Conspiracy G.
All right, as y'all know, for those that follow Boxing Bros, I'm not the biggest bantamweight observer, but there's only 2 guys I will watch, Donaire and Inoue. And the reason why is because Trill put me on to these gentlemen. And I remember yesterday, shout out to Trill. He was like, y'all got to watch this fight. It's going to end in a knockout. So I was like, I guess I'm watching it, because usually with bantamweights, it's like watching 2 guys pillow fight for 12 rounds. No disrespect.
Not Donaire, though, bro. That's all.
G, you was doing so good, G. You was doing so good.
I'm just keeping it real. Like I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm pleasantly surprised. The man got power for real, and so like when he's on, I'm tuning in. Other gentlemen, I'm like, do I really want to watch 12 rounds of this? But with him, it's like, clearly he bangs, right? But my issue really with this fight was your boy Jack Reiss. Here's why.
Watch your mouth, G.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, this is the reason.
Jack Reiss is the GOAT. Jack Reiss is the GOAT. Go ahead.
I'm gonna let somebody die one day. Knock on wood. bruh, my man had nothing left. You know it was done. Why you letting him continue on, bruh? I was like, man, this is crazy. And you know what's funny? On the zone when them two ladies fought, right? Like now, Trill, you got to come up with a manual on how to ref. Because all of these refs are doing their own thing. In one championship fight, the girl barely took any punishment like that, and the refs was like, "Yo, you're done." Because I guess he's like, Hernandez. He's like, "I'm not seeing anything from you. Whatever, yo, I'm calling this fight." In this fight, my man's just getting beat up, and Jack Reiss is just like, "Yeah, keep going." Then my man, like, yo, the way he was knocked out looked crazy, bro. Like, come on, son. I don't want to say what I'm thinking, but it looked crazy. You know what I mean? So, Jack Reiss, shame on you. This is why I never respected you after what you did to Wilder.
The truth comes out about what he's really upset about.
Any other ref would have been like, yo, Fury, you done, fam. You know what I mean? He want to see blood. You know what I mean? So I'm like, Jack Reiss, come on, bro.
He was doing so well, G.
Yo, listen.
You see that wild debt still in him. It's like I said, just when I thought I was out.
Listen.
Oh, me back. Yeah.
Yo, anytime Jack Reiss gets in that ring, I'm like, all right, man, somebody gonna get unnecessarily hurt. You know what I'm saying? So it's what it is. And this is the please watch this fight. And then y'all can understand why I be looking at Jack Reiss crazy, man. So
he's giving these warriors a chance.
Yeah, to die. You know what I'm saying? It's a sport, bro. This ain't the Coliseum. This isn't black school. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is boxing. It's a sport, man. This guy's dangerous, man. But whatever. Salute to you, Jack Reiss.
I'm gonna just say this: Jack Reiss is the man. He understood that it was a championship fight. The guy was undefeated. He was defending his title. He gave him every chance to keep his title. Okay, and you got to respect Jack Reiss for that. And I know for a fact he would have done the same for Nonito Donaire had he been the one who was hurt, understanding that it was his last hurrah if he didn't win that fight. Jack Reiss is the man. Listen, Wilder should be asking for Jack Reiss in the trilogy fight. You know what I'm saying? Instead of Kenny the Crab.
Yeah.
But
I don't like either.
Yeah, you know what? If Reiss was in the second fight, he probably would have took the towel and threw it back.
Exactly. Reiss would have been like, he's all right. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, Reiss is that dude. Reiss would have been like, he's banging Wilder. Have your chance.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Nah. For real, shout out to Trail, yo. He put us on with these fights. Like, last time I saw Nonito Donaire fight was with the Anyway fight when he told us to check it out. And that was a good fight. And, and Nonito came out. Yeah, he knocked out Dubali, and it was vicious. It was quick, too. It was like you just see an exchange, and he just catches it. It looked like an uppercut, but it was left hook. It was just vicious, yo. The man couldn't get back up. But he's an exciting fighter. I like Nonito Donaire. I'm not gonna violate that. Shout out to the Philippines. Y'all know how y'all get better with age. And I would like to see an Inoue rematch, at this point, So definitely.
So my man Nonito Donaire. Listen, we got history, man. Nonito Donaire knocked out my favorite little guy of all time. Vic Darchinyan. I remember that one, man. So I knew Nonito Donaire was going to beat Vic, but I had to go down with the ship. And I had to ride with my man Vic. And what he did to my man Vic was messed up. And he set the chain of events for Vic. Vic was never the same after that fight. Vic Darchinyan was never the same after that fight, but Vic still remained one of my favorites because he was entertaining in the ring. But of course, like the way we watch boxing, and I'm saying like me and Trill will be, I could like someone, but if you win and you a good fighter, then I end up liking you too. So that's what happened with Nonito Donaire. So after he beat Victor Arcinian, I started watching Nonito Donaire. I started rooting for him. You see his ups, you see his downs, but he always gives it all he has. And so you gain nothing but respect for him. And last night, watching the fight, I just remember thinking, like, Nonito Donaire looked sharper than this guy. Like, he was swinging. Donaire was step back. Donaire was weaving. I'm like, yo, he can't put gloves on him. I'm telling you, I knew after the first round Donaire was going to win because he just was sharper than this guy. And it was funny because Donaire went back to his corner one of the rounds, and you know, they're working on him. They're putting like the inswell on, whatever. And then you just hear his wife like, okay, you need to get in and out. You need to get in and out, and this and that, whatever. And Donaire's just sitting there. It's like, you hear me? He's like, yes. I'm like, I was like, yo, that has to be his wife in the corner yelling at him right now. Because just the way he said yes was just like, you hear me? Yes. Like, he's just like, like whatever. But my man Donaire made history, becoming the oldest bantamweight champion in history. And that's after Manny Pacquiao became the oldest welterweight champion in history at the age of 41. Like Trill said, it must be something in the water. But we got to give a shout out to the Philippines.
Yeah, crooked finger salute to Boxing Bros Philippines, man.
They got these guys who are dedicated to the sport, that just love the sport. You heard what Nonito Donaire said. He said, look, he's getting better and he's learning. At 38, he's learning. And he learned something from his loss to Inoue, who's a younger fighter that's up and coming, that he believes will give him a better chance if they fought again.
You heard that, Wilder?
Think about that. A student of the game at the age of 38. And that's why he's the oldest man to ever be bantamweight champion. Salute to the Philippines. Salute to Inoue. Thank you for the great fights and the great fights that you have left, because it's not over for you, brother.
Yeah. Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe, and check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.
You're welcome. You're all welcome.